Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are back for another match of Super Rugby Pacific. This one, the Blues, going head-to-head with the Fijian Drua at Eden Park. Now, this Blues side, they have the potential of getting themselves into top spot in the overall standings. Now, it would take quite a substantial win, but this Drua side, they haven't got the best away record in terms of Super Rugby Pacific. Just looking at the table, for them, the thing is, it's actually a bit more of a margin than I first thought it was. It would actually have to be a 97-point victory for the Blues for them to take over number one spot. They did actually mention earlier on the Sky broadcast that it was still half a chance, but I'd like to think the draw would be closer than that. Let's take this game down to the wire at Eden Park as well. Currently for the Fijian Drua, they sit in 8th place. Even a big bonus point win here for the side would more than likely result in them staying in the exact same spot, but it puts them back in the hunt towards that top 6 contention with the season progressing very quickly. But looking through at the starting lineup for the Blues, it is Ofa Toingafasi, Bradley Slater, Marcel Renata as the front row. Josh Berry alongside captain Sam Derry as the number 5. Torian Barnes keeps his spot in the loose 4 trio alongside Segner and Rampling. So no Hoskins Satutu, no Dalton Papali'i either. For this contest, Bunaki and Barrett as that 9 and 10 combo. Caleb Clark out on the left wing. Peter Aki in the midfield alongside AJ Lamb. Then Cole Forbes out on the right, and the youngster, Peyton Spencer. Big opportunity from him from that number 15 jersey. Now, we did see last night, Zahn Sullivan was in the stands eating a hot dog, so he, of course, knew that he wasn't going to be playing in this game. Wait and see what type of fullback contention we get to see for those two. In the near future, looking through at the starting lineup for the Fijian Drua, it is Hereti Hatita alongside Zaril Tongiatama in the front row alongside Masaki Donge as well. Soana Sila and Masaki Vothi as the locks with Tonio Wanga, Kitioni Salawa and Ilya Thanakai Vata slotting in. As number 8, Frank Lamani and Kimu Valetini. They will be that 9 and 10 combination. Now, initially, Armstrong Ravula, was rumoured he would be playing in this game, but instead he will be making his way off of the bench rather than getting to start. Porepate Loganamasi out on the left wing, Osefu Namothi in the midfield alongside Tui Draki, Samo Vodre, then Apeli Momo out on the right, and Eliza Drua Sisi as the number 15. We have got there any late changes, bro. Not from what I have seen at this stage. Wrong, Hamish. Says Kiwi Rob, what do you mean wrong? Like, which part? Can you at least try and clarify a little bit, Kiwi Rob, rather than just going wrong? Because I've said about probably, that was 701, I've said about 500 things since then. So at least try and be more specific, please. We have got the High Holland Hamish. Says Robert, Auckland run up the nuts. Doodah. Auckland run it up the nuts. Says Steady Banging. Dorian Barnes, Scary Dude. Says Jordan. And there as well, but the Fijian Drua just about to make their way out onto the field. We have got the Hamish couldn't watch the Hurricanes versus Reds game. How did you think Ruben Love did? He did all right. I wouldn't say he had an absolute standout game. I did feel like it was the guys on the outside who actually did a lot more, but that was just the way that they were playing. I'd say he still did enough things right to give him a bit of a chance, but yeah, it just wasn't the type of tactics that the Hurricanes were going for where they predominantly needed their 10 to do all the hard work. Like, we saw Proctor make a huge amount of meters. We saw Fihi Whittington-Nofo get a hat-trick. Saw the try for Morby at the back. We saw Sullivan score. Hopefully Sky can receive the full 80 minutes of power tonight. Says Jason. They put something in the hot dog, says Robert. I think he was initially going to be missing from the lineup anyway. So, yeah, he was just getting to chill out watching it. Love probably today. Or Love proved today that he isn't an All Blacks 10. I'm still curious about what wrong Hamish from earlier on was, Kiwi Rob. What was the scenario there, or you just feel like just throwing it out there for fun? Proctor should have more fantasy points. Yeah, it shows that the fantasy point system is a little bit broken for certain players. Like, for what he was able to do throughout that game, you would have thought he'd had more than about the 30 or so that someone said that he received. Kimmy Valetini, Super Rugby matches, he had 26. Only the 9 starts, I believe it was. Do you think the Drua have got a chance? The best bet for the Drua is to get off to a fast start. If not, then I do feel like we're going to see a long day at the office for the side. How are you doing the Sharks and Bulls game next? They are on at the same time, says Mohadeen. The Sharks and the Bulls game, I assume you're talking next week. Blues can go top of on bonus points. They could, if they also, alongside getting the bonus point, they would then have to win this game by 97 points. Because that points differential, the Hurricanes currently has them at 166. They would be on the same amount of wins as the Hurricanes too, if they were able to get themselves the victory here as well. We have got there, Kiwi Roll strikes again, says Matthew there. And we have got there, what's your opinion on Islamic region? That's a bit of an out there one from your Pep Swaps. We have got there, Geordie Barrett gets points for doing pretty much nothing. Says Jordan, and Toso Drua Toso, bring that creative rugby and Fijian flair combination and make it a run for their money. Yeah, see, for the Drua, they haven't been given a lot of chance. Points differential is the last thing they count, though. Says Kiwi Rob. So what do they count beforehand? Wins, the sides would be on the same. When you look at the, I guess, general points and whatnot, bonus points, they would have received the same amount too, would they not have? My opinion is on that, as in good, says Jordan. We have got there, are you doing Lions game today? I believe I've got someone filling in for me. And then one, do you remember me actually, to be fair? Can you forget about me? I'm the OG. Says Brandon, you have been here since pretty much the start of the rugby on the channel, but it's kicked off now by the Blues to get us underway. That one's going to be over the top of the men who did get thrown up in the air, but it's nicely taken by Frank Lamani. Being told to use it again. You heard a lot of use it throughout that last match from Angus Maybe. Nope, use it again for the Fijian Drua. Okay, so it's going to be every single breakdown by the sounds of it. No delays. But this one seems to be the way it will be going, but the Blues have got themselves the line out. What time is your first seven, says Mohadeen. I think the first sevens game that I'm going to be covering potentially could be Kenya versus Canada, which would be the 9:25 p.m. South African game. That's just due to the other URC overlaps that we have got. Nice throw in from Bradley Slater. I see him and Hamish, two different names, same letters. Says Pep Swox. That is true, yes. We have there, what, sevens? Says Brandon, sevens too. Good to see Jed Melvin in there. He's been quite good for North Harbour for quite a few seasons, says New Zealand Rugby Pod. New Zealand Rugby Pod, with a name like that, do you possibly... Oh, that's a big drop from Cole Forbes. Do you have a podcast rugby related of some sort, maybe? I've been here a long time too, just not commenting on the stream, so I've started getting really into the stream, says Jordan, and thank you in advance from us all, Kiwi Rob, for tonight's display of your excuse-making and rugby expertise, says Jason. It's a bit rough, isn't it? Good evening, Hamish, says Zion. Welcome in, but just the early drop ball from Cole Forbes there. The start of this matchup, the draw, wearing almost like the old school Highlanders kit. Anyone who remembers that one, the one that was green? Covering South Africa Tour under 20. When is that happening, Brandon? I'm not even sure when it is taking place. Pack weight's 912 kgs for the Blues compared to the 865 kgs of the Fijian Drua. So the weight advantage on the way of this Blues team. Why is South Africa cricket not playing till September? I think it's just, it's the off-season. They've got the SA20 will be taking place before then, won't it? Scrum success so far throughout the season for the Fijian Drua, 97%. Hamish, did George ever feel arousal when women ride horses? I haven't asked him that exact wording, so I wouldn't know. Go the Blues from Pretoria, South Africa. Says Nicky Wurst in there. Okay, overextension was the call there from the referee. Of course, some South African sides in the URC in place later on. The Bulls versus Munster, that is a big game. I think after second test against South Africa, and I hope Kiwi Rob knows that Bowden isn't the player he once was, says the Sporting Kiwi. Just showing most appearances for the Blues. Ofa Toinga Fasi currently sitting in the second place with 158, just 3 behind Kevin Mialamu. Building on those mistakes by the Blues team as the pressure is on the Blues. Come on, Drua. You see, the Drua came in as big underdogs for this game, and they'd love nothing more than to have this be their first win away from home in 3 years. Frank Lamani going off to the left-hand side. Skip pass out to Ponepati Loganamasi, cutting back inwards. Forbes manages to tackle him. Round the legs, though. And go, Drua, go. Hamish acts serious in chat, but in front of George, he acts like he wants to get his head shaved by George and Joker. Says Pep Swok. What prop do we need to focus on here, Jordan? Big run from Zalil Tongiotama And ball stolen by Anton Segner in the breakdown. Picked up by Beauden Barrett. Passes across to the youngster Peyton Spencer. Now Torian Barnes. One of the bright prospects for this Blues side working together. Do you think Munster will beat the Bulls? I don't think so. I think the Bulls should get them. But then saying that, like with how we watched the Sharks play last night, anything I guess is really possible. Now take care for Ponipati Loganamasi. I made a pact with myself, Hamish, to donate a $5 for every Highlanders win. So here's Jason. Yeah, good win over Moana Pacific. A bit of a weird second half, to be fair, but a win is a win. Going Caleb Clark now. Two-man tackle on him by the Drua. Nice recycling of the ball. Beauden Barrett tries to grab her in behind. It doesn't quite work out, though luckily for the Blues, there was the knock-on from the Drua first. My dad knows Quinton Mason's dad. More for this round, the Park game. Shocked you hasn't called me up to cover in game on your channel. Says Brandon there. Are you thinking of going to Dubai for higher salaries? No. That's plain and simple answer. If you're talking about the YouTube side of things, it'd probably be the same there as it is here. And we have got there, show them Drua, what is rugby? Says Ralulu there. Yeah, currently 5 minutes through this contest. The score's still sitting the same. Hamish, why is that, says Brandon. We haven't been covering too many Super Rugby games on your channel, Brandon. You got more gaming route now. Mason should go to the Highlanders. Here's Jordan. Waiting for the ball. It is Taufafunaki. Goes across to Caleb Clark as the first receiver. But again, they try and shut him down nice and early. Stop any sort of momentum. Here comes Torian Barnes with the offload there. About 10 metres out from the line now for the Blues. Two Fijian Drua players in the breakdown. Neither were able to get the steal. Josh Berry now 5 out. Taufafunaki off to the right-hand side. Off Atuangafasi. Tackled well by Lamani, although he does get penalised for not rolling away in time. Go Auckland, says Paul Auckland there. Ta'aval. Where'd that go? Ta'aval has been good at the landers. Yeah, he's done very nicely so far. Passed across there. 2 metres short of the line. Oh, he's thrown it at the try line there. So I don't think this one is going to be a try. They're celebrating it though. I think that Malachi Rappling, in fact, it's going to be just straight awarded. They've said that the ball was grounded for Rappling. Good start by the Mighty Blues. Are we over there? Do you have any enemies or are you just a chill guy, says Pets Fox? I haven't had anyone actually come up to me and tell me that I'm their enemy, which has been quite nice. But I assume a few people don't like me, but that's just life, isn't it? And I don't know about that, says Jordan. We're going to see the replay now for Rappling. Did initially look like he was going to be stopped. Yeah, slams it down, then the ball pops out. There's the rolling there, so the Blues getting on the board nice and early here. Oh, hang on. They're actually going to check this one by the sounds of it. No, never mind. Referee's still happy, and it is going to make the score now 7-0 in favour of the Blues. We're seeing it in super slow-mo. Yeah, gets it down first, and then it ends up popping out. Kiwi Rod paid the ref. He's a chill guy, says Nazi Williams. Oh, I haven't done your gaming channel. It's still about. It's just not gaming on it anymore. And does Kiwi Rob at the game? Not that I know of. But could be wrong. Maybe he has gone to the stadium. Nice take there from Peter Aki inside of the Blues 22. 7.5 minutes through, and they have struck early with the try of Rappling. No, I'm here, says Kiwi Rob. Although we have had people at the game also in the chat, so that's why I was asked. In fact, I think that someone is at this game at the moment. Although they haven't popped into the chat as of yet. They'll probably pop in at half-time. I watch out for George's, mate. He seems dangerous if you cross the line, says Nazi Williams. A line-out throw here for Zaril Tungiatama. That one's going to be thrown in. Nice take there, going off to the left-hand side. A chance to get this one moving on. Just that little bit for him. Or missed tackle from AJ Lamb. This is where the Drua just need to find that momentum again. Get their position. Now Masaki Donge. I remember in 2023 Rugby World Cup final live commentary where you had a baby voice. And now your voice became deeper in 2026. I don't know about that. I feel like it would have possibly just been from the amount of times that I lost my voice throughout the tournament. Now Frank Lamani going left again. Drua Sisi still there again. And I suppose Jason says the Sporting Kiwi, and yes, Kiwi Rob is currently at the game. Says Jason. George is all talk. I wouldn't guarantee that. I've seen him almost in a scrap before, back at school. It was with a big Tongan fella that he decided to go head-to-head with. That one's going to be loose. Now Lamani. Ball's going to be there on the side of the Blues again. 25 metres out. Some people can't afford to go to every home game, says Jasmine. Right, no more joining of the breakdown. Tofa Funaki. Box kick once more. Fijian Drua taking it round halfway. Seems like it's become a territory battle now for these two sides. Valetini, that one's gone sideways, but a good take from Caleb Clark. Under the high ball, tackled by Drua Sisi. Now left again, Tofa Funaki goes to AJ Lamb. I want to underestimate George. I can read his energy, says Nazi Williams. Now Funaki, back to Barrett. Now kicking high again. The Drua taking it outside of there. 22, Eliza Drua Sisi. Bit of a rough pass there from Ponepati Loganamasi. Keeping it alive, but now another knock on from the Fijian Drua. Derry, the captain, goes back to Bowden Barrett looking for the 50-22, and it's bounced on the line. So we'll go right back to where it was kicked from. You bet like a tail. I assume that's supposed to be tail ender from Pep Swox there. What minute are you on, says Hano. At the moment for myself, I am on 1 second. We haven't got the clock at the top. They've got the replay going. Idiot Parrot says Jordan. 10 minutes 56 is what I'm sitting at the moment. Nice take there from Bowden. Again, we'll return fire down into the 22 of the Drua. Good take from Lamani over his shoulder. And that one has been put into touch by Kimu Valetini. Good strike of the ball from Kimu Valetini. They have got his eye Armstrong Ravula to make his way off of the bench later on. Sam Derry is like a dairy milk, but in an oily way. I have no idea what you're talking about. And unless Payton can go to 10, says the Sporting Kiwi. And the Blues have no 10 cover. So they're stuck with Bowden, unfortunately. Did you and George have an inflatable All Black man? Yeah, I won it in a competition because I bought some Wheat Bix. Can you tell me when you are on the 12th minute? So I'm 10 seconds away currently. Tofa Funaki lays the ball off the back of the maul. 12 minutes now. Has just ticked over. Funaki goes short pass to Caleb Clark on the left. Still looking left, even though Clark is no longer out there on the wing. So instead we'll go to the right for Torian Barnes again. Pass it to Caleb. Says Shane. All still on the side of the Blues. Good face play here. Moving up to 40 metres out. Bowden Barrett. Passes to Peteraki right next to him with a straightening run. Funaki manages to get it out of that breakdown. The Fijian Drua were close to being able to get a hand on it. Hey, says, what's up, guys? Live, welcome in. Now Funaki goes across to Marcel Renner to the tight head prop for this Blues team. Funaki. Torian Barnes considered passing across to Slater, but takes it on himself up to 8 phases in a row now for the Blues. AJ Lamb passes across to Bowden Barrett. Quick hands from him. Peyton Spencer inside pass to Cole Forbes. Tackled by Kimu Valetini. Contesting the breakdown. Great timing from Epele Momo. I don't know of the YouTuber Cornflake. He's the one who does like Rugby Challenge, right? Is he still doing it? I don't know whether or not he's been doing it recently, but I know that back when Rugby Challenge came out, he did do quite a few series knock on there from the Blues. Is it just me? Do you kind of look like Simon Doyle? I think I've heard that about 15 times. Do you like deep sea fishing? I haven't really been deep sea fishing, to be fair. That was lucky, Hamish. All I got after purchasing Wheat Bix is usually the runs. Well, you're not supposed to eat the whole box at once, Jason. But I didn't see him play the guitar like he promised. Oh, I do remember that. Says Robert there too. Like last night, if any team was to beat the Warriors, it would be the Tigers. And tonight, any team beat the Blues. I don't mind beating Drua or Moana beat the Blues, says Nazi. Rugby Challenge is still better than any of those rugby numbered ones. And Bulla Hamish says, Mac, welcome in. Just showing before the match, the Fijian Drua, they were fired up in the changing sheds, but now they need to start firing out there on the park. Lamani goes across to Tuidraki Samovorre. Moves up to 40 metres out from the line. Good pass across from Lamani to Masaki Donge. Looks like, again, though, the Drua are going to go for that box kick. Something we've seen quite a bit of in this round of Super Rugby. A nice take again. Oh, Lamani is able to play it. That ball just a little bit too slow there from Tofa Funaki. So the ball comes out on the side of the Drua. Charge down kick. What's back for Hirete Hitit? Now Apele Momo plays half. Going to the left-hand side, Eliza Drua Sisi. Going across now to Ilia Thanakai Vata, hitting the chest from Marcel Renata. Is Barrett still the player he was? Or is he over his prime season? It depends on who you talk to, really. But this stage for the Blues, he's probably the best option they have got at 10. Just due to the other injuries that they have suffered as of late. Now wide, cut out pass, Apele Momo. Tackled by Caleb Clark alongside Peter Aki. Which does not look like Simon Dawes says, what's up, guys? Now left-hand side, Kimi Valatini. Two-man tackle again from the Blues. Probably the most phases that we've seen from the Fijian Drua throughout this contest. 25 metres from the line. Frank Lamani to Hirete Hitet. From backwards by Berry. Not really going 1,000 miles forward, although this is going to be a nice run for Beauden Barrett. Having to make a very hard tackle on Namothi. Now short side, Punipati Loganamasi cutting back infield. Right next to the sideline here. They need a halfback. They have now got it. The former Kitione Salawa. Fatonga Fasi. And just drag the Fijian Drua forward down Lamani. It's about 4 different options on that side for the Drua. But all love a chance of being able to run it towards that Blues try line. Frank Lamani looking off to the left now. So 5 metres from the line, 13 phases in for the Fijian Drua. Lamani goes to Ilia Thunakavata, not the best pass, but it has been cleaned up nicely by the Drua before the skip pass does bounce a couple times to Pele Momo. Right next to the sideline, offload on the inside to Eliza Drua CC. He's going to be just 1 metre out from the try line. The Drua keen to get that ball in hand. Ilia Thunakaivata again 1 metre out. They got about 7 numbers to the left-hand side. They're going to shift right instead for the Drua. Playing half-back. Close to the line. Reaches out and scores it. Antonio Wanga gets the try at Eden Park. Well, you're all your R's naturally. No wonder. You got subscribers. You're pronounced the names of other coaches right. Says Nazi. He says a Kiwi does a chicken or beef putia sound better to you? I have no idea what a putia is. We have got there. I really don't like Ofatonga Fasi. He's in the same boat as Tossi for me. Says Jordan. And try says Matthew. Yeah, brilliant finish from the Fijian Drua to what was a lot of phases in a row. Antonio Wanga reaching out. Getting it down over the line. It helps us side back into this game. And go draw a go. And yes, says Mac there. Stew on the bry. Says Xander. It probably depends on the cut of beef, doesn't it? Kimi Valatini. Ready to go for a shot at the post. And the kick has now gone over, making the score now 7 points all after 18 minutes of this game. And we have got there, Kiwi Rob would have loved that try, says Matthew. Introvert or extrovert, says Peps Wax. It depends on the situation, I guess. I don't have any Blues or Drua players in this week's fantasy team, says Jason. Interesting. So you decided to completely avoid this game. And yes, says Mac in there too. I mentioned scoreboard is automated, so it will update when it wants to, kind of. Now, that's going to be obstruction against the Fijian Drua inside of their 22. Mistake made, blocking Cole Forbes from making a tackle. Was that one? It certainly was. And the number 6 jersey for the Fijian Drua today. And this now gives the Blues a golden opportunity to fire directly back after just conceding a try. Will be Beauden Barrett now. We'll kick this one towards the touchline. Already 19 minutes into the second game of today. The third will be the Western Force going head-to-head up against the Chiefs. Does anyone know where we can buy a kiwi pie in South Africa? I can't find mince and cheese anywhere here, says Xander. So there's no like random kiwi pie shops that pop up. I know that in Australia there's a couple that are New Zealand like style pies, and I think the UK might be the same as well. Now Bradley Slater rolling more here for the Blues. He goes over, scores the try. Big mistake from the Drua, ends up costing them almost instantly, and the Blues take that try straight back. Now 12 points to 7. The score, the way that it does sit Bradley Slater. You can see there the way that that has sucked the wind out of the Fijian Drua sails after doing so well, fighting phase after phase to get themselves a try, just to then end up just letting it slip. We have there on YouTube, mate. They're not hard to make, says Naz Williams, and Auckland runs it up the nuts. Says, isn't it supposed to be up the guts? Unless, of course, you maybe use nuts a lot more and autocorrect is going to that. And so I reckon the only pies you can eat is hippo pie, says Jordan. Just not true though, is it, Jordan? I thought you were supposed to be the facts man who only speaks in facts, but that one sounds like complete rubbish. Now, Beauden Barrett kicks that one down the middle, making the score now 14 points to 7. To make pies are too much effort, says Xander. It'd be worth it though if they're good, wouldn't it? What does AJ stand for? And AJ Lamb? No idea. But 20 and a half minutes down in this contest, 14 points to 7. And go the Blues go, says Anania. Anthony Joshua, says Jordan. And come on you Blues, says Gary. Now take from the Blues with the captain, Sam Derry. Just outside. Oh, that's accidental offside. In fact, I don't think it was an accident. Apelli Momo never getting back on before grabbing that ball. Couple disciplinary issues here. That's my theme song, says Steady Bangin'. And come on you Blues, says Gary there. 2 penalties against the Fijian Drua at this stage. The last one cost them a try. This one could be the exact same as the Blues now work their way up to halfway. And yeah, Apelli Momo just making a big mistake there. They've said a basic penalty to give away. He's given away that momentum as well. Possession currently is actually in favour of the Fijian Drua, but only very narrowly, with the Blues touching this ball. And if they have it for about 30 seconds, it will sway back in their favour. You should eat, or you eat chicken feet. I saw it on Amazing Race. You can't eat bones. I mean, try and tell that to a dog. They'll probably bite you. Now, ball on the side of the Drua again. So on Silla. Valetini. And behind. Now in the Muthi. Looks for the offload. Manages to get it away to Summer Vodre. So the Fijians are well and truly willing to throw this ball around out there on the park. Is there in some replay Sky now? I know on Sky Sport now they've got the replay normally an hour or so after. It's normally just the full instant. Or if it's a full instant replay, it should be straight away after, shouldn't it? Only the cooked bones, soft and pork ribs, says Jordan. Aisha Bly is commentator for the Rugby World Cup. And Hamish saw you drinking a big bottle. Why can't you get a small water bottle? Because the big bottle holds more water. And they wouldn't have to refill it as often. Surely that one was a self-explanatory question, right? Scrum now for the Blues. I think they just said 36 drop balls from the Fijian Drua last week up against the Reds. It's quite a number. Now there is an advantage at scrum time in favour of the Blues. Pass across AJ Lamb. Tackled by Apelli Momo. I hope that Ricky Lady isn't commentating at the World Cup. Says Jordan. Now big run from Caleb Clark. About 35 metres out from the line now. Funaki goes with a short pop pass to Peteraki. Another penalty advantage in favour of the Blues. Bowden Barrett, numbers on the right. It's dropped by Derry Colt. They'll go back for the penalty. Does your channel want an update on the Panthers Eels? Or league not allowed? Says Nazi. I mean, I don't mind a good league update, although I do know that some people like to watch the games after. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the moment. I mean, to be fair, you might as well give an update of the score currently, because for me, it's still a certain scoreline. I just wanted the Hurricanes and words cannot describe how amazed I am with their performance. And Tosa Drua Tosa says Laitiana. And how's the weather by you, Hamish? It's pretty drizzly for most of today. I said there are 11 line breaks for Caleb Clark throughout this season. Do you hate any countries? If you do, we do not mind, says Pips Wox. I think we've covered about 200 countries on the channel in terms of like analytics. Oh no, went to a man in front, so it is going to be a free kick now for the Fijian Drua. Vana need to stop using coconut oil to replace chalk dust as grip enhancement, says Jason. I guess he hates South Africa. I think that's you, Jordan. And it's very clear when you comment. We have got the Up the Cane says, damn. Am I allowed to give an update on the Norway chess tournament going on, or will it spoil it for everyone, says Xander? I wouldn't mind a Norwegian chess update. And you're right, I was being inconsiderate, don't want to be a spoiler, says Naz Williams. To be fair though, Nazi, someone will say it later on. You know? It's a bit similar to what we did for the Sevens last week. How I was giving updates throughout because I knew that if I didn't, someone was going to. If Hamish was South African, he would act like Mr. Bean. Now let's go to the Drua. Now go on with the rolling maul here for the Blues. When is Etzebeth back? Very soon. I think it's early April that he's going to be making his return. Peteraki. Middle of the park here for the Blues. Little bit of a counter ruck. It's actually very nicely done by Namothi. Ended up kind of almost hooking it. Similar to what you would see in a scrum. It looks like there's a bit of an injury here for one of the Blues players. So for now, they play with 14. Eliza Drua Sisi. Followed by Torian Barnes. I'm trying to work out who that is who's injured. It might be Ofa Tuangafasi here. Oh no, it's Peter Aki, who has got a bit of a limp going. No, Murphy moves up to 22 out. Someone's boot's gone flying. Now numbers to the left here for the Fijian Drua. Tony Owang, a brilliant low tackle made by Peter Aki, who currently is playing on one leg with the injured right ankle by the looks of it. Now Nasila Sila. And Tosadora Toso says Litiana. Now off the Masaki Donge is that illegal, feet in the ruck. I think because he was the first man in there, he had rights to be able to go for the ball since the ruck wasn't set. And go the Drua, says Siriana there. Now the ball in the hands of the Blues. Caleb Clark looking to send this one downfield off his left boot. It has gone extremely high. A lot of distance on it, so it will be about 30 metres out for the Fijian Drua line out. How you feeling after New Zealand lost the cricket? It's feeling pretty much the same as I did before they had lost it, to be honest. I was just happy to go to a game. First international T20 for myself. And hopefully we'll be able to go back to another one. Norway chess was delayed due to bad weather. I was just odd because they play chess indoors. Says Xander. A Fitisar and Fabian Holland are bigger than Etzebeth. Says Jordan. Looks like just a boot going back on for Namothi. He has been playing out of his shoes throughout this first half. Making a Super Rugby starting debut. And tell you what, he's probably going to get another one in the future. They also have got the option of Remy Vakatava making his way off the bench. Some handy options as a whole. One second, we'll go like this. We'll go like that as well. Black Caps play like jokers in final. So here's Peps Wox. A line out throw here for Zariel Tongyatama. Okay, time is called on. Already 27 and a half minutes through in this game. Nice claim at the Fijian Drua line out. Are you ready for the Rugby World Cup? Not really, no. I feel like we only just finished the last World Cup and we're already closer to the next one. Now, nice inside ball from Asaina Silasila. In fact, that would have been actually Vothi. Oh, held on too well by Antonio Wanga. Now a penalty advantage in favour of the Drua. Are you going to follow the IPL? Who are you supporting? Probably not. Only because the games are on at random o'clock here in New Zealand, and I sadly don't get enough time to be able to watch all of them. Well, I might keep an eye on the occasional match, but I definitely don't have a team. 20 metres out from the line, Lamani going for the cross kick here, running onto it, Puripati Logana Masi bounces into his hands, ball on the inside, but it's dropped just short of the line for Kitione Salawa, but they'll go back for the penalty advantage. That should be advantage over. So here's Kiwi Rob. We have you there, Hamish. Did I make you disappointed saying that? Not really. I mean, you've said some random stuff on this live stream, so it's just falling into that same category, isn't it? The tickets are going to be hella expensive, but good for us All Blacks fans, says Jordan. Now, Kimu Valetini, ready to kick this one towards the sideline. New Zealand only a country of above 5 million. We do okay. We fight above our weight, Kiwi, says Nazi. Yeah, that's in cricket and rugby, really, for the Kiwi teams. Hi, says Sunil, welcome in. You are doing well. Currently, this game, 14 points to 7. The Fijian Drua have now got the attacking chance from about probably 7 metres out from the line. Travis Head is the Albert Einstein of cricket and a genius because he looks like Einstein. He just doesn't, does he? Maybe the mustache is about as far as you can go. That's a really poor line out from the Drua. Seemed like the Blues actually read the call perfectly and went up for it and managed to steal it. Now Tofa Funaki from inside of his 22 will beat this one into touch. Fighting everything, says Naz Williams. Everyone says random stuff in your live apart from rugby, says Peps Box. And lots of other sports, rowing, track, cycling, says Jordan. Yeah, nicely done by Anton Signat. Line out time. And snowboarding, says Jordan. Now Lamani. Wide lobby pass up to Namothi. Or Lamoth. Oh, no, sorry. It isn't Namothi. Ball's loose. Picked up by Torian Barnes. Went for the offload. Finds the hands of Peyton Spencer. Does kick it straight back into the hands of the Drua. Now Antonio Wanga. Tackled by... Oh, that was Ford. In front of the referee as well. It has been let go. Drua in position on the halfway line. That is knocked on by Namothi. This time, Marcel Renata. A bit of open space to run into. I think Roof doesn't disappoint you. In live chat, I see, says Peps Walk. No, like there's rugby-related stuff. There's other related stuff. And then there's what you've been talking about. Like the size of drink bottles and whatnot. But also, I think you've got about 4 different accounts that I've noticed over the last little while as well. Tofa Funaki going off to the left-hand side, running this one forward. Now Tofa Funaki. Oh, big shot coming in from Zaril Tongyatama. And there's a knock on there from the Blues. Will be Fijian Drua Scrumpy. I think Signa has a chance under Rennie. I love him to make it, but maybe not big enough. Yeah, it really depends on what Rennie's looking for, doesn't it? But he has mentioned already he's basing it off form as one of the big things that they're going for. So, you know, Signa's been pretty handy throughout the season. Signa is 6'4". Says Jordan. They're just showing there the knock on the ground. That's good for a 7 and Signa over Karifi, says the Sporting Kiwi. You see, Karifi probably hasn't quite had the same season that he had last year as of yet. But if he peaks at the right time for the Canes, he might get that name in the hat. I think that Peter Lakai, I'd be very surprised if he doesn't make it through. They're just showing the live standings, live table, the way that it sits. The Blues will be sitting in second on 24 points, behind the Hurricanes in first on 25. Now Lamani, back into the pocket to Kimu Valetini. That one's gone into touch. And yes, I know these off by heart, bros, says Jordan. Vern Cotter doesn't look happy at the moment in the coaching box for the Blues. Glenn Jackson here is in the Fijian Drua box. Young Kiwi Cole Davies, is doing well in motocross and supercross in the USA. Tosa Drua Toso. Says Laitiana. I don't have any other accounts. It's my only account. Says Pet Spot. And go the Drua. I go, we want Drua to win, says Siriana. Our ball is there. Good attack and run forward from Torian Barnes. Oh no, in fact, it was Rappling this time. Now Barnes with the possession 33 minutes through. Tofa Funaki going away to the right-hand side. Run there from Berry. Valentini. Let's get that ball back after the ball was dropped. The advantage is over. This one's not going into touch, or at least it should, and oh, it does. Through the hands of Peyton Spencer, and that becomes a 50-22 there for the Fijian Drua. Mistake from the young man at 15. Super Rugby starting debut tonight. That is a moment that he would definitely want to forget. How long was Dave Rennie actually Australia coach? A few years, wasn't it? I want Signa and the All Blacks really bad over Karefi. He's German as a bonus, says Jordan. Currently 6 minutes remaining of the first half. There's the Fijian Drua. A great attacking opportunity here. Zarel Tongiatama. This is where they need to get this line out right. Anton Signa read the last one like a book. Nice take. Nepotism at 15, says JP Travels. I don't know if you can call it nepotism with the fact that this is his starting debut. Like maybe if he had already had a whole heap of games, but he's kind of bowed his time a little bit. He's played in the sevens for anyone who just follow that. Now a nice run from Atonia Wanga. Couple metres out from the try line. Frank Lamani looking off to the right. Getting very close to going over for their second. Lamani looking off to the right again. Masaki Vothi will be just half a metre away. Now again, another pick and go from the Drua, knowing that this is the big opportunity. Now I'm being told to let it come out the back. Now Lamani going off to the left-hand side. Now Lamani is still just out from the goal line. 5 metres. Separating them from another try here. Retiatit well held up by Derry to stop him from falling over the try line. Masaki Donge. He's very close to the line but isn't allowed to stretch out as it would have been double movement. Lamani, he's got about 4 men on the short side. Ball pops out the back. Masaki Vothi goes over and scores the try for the Fijian Drua to now get them back to level perhaps. And this contest not gone, says Kiwi Rob there. And it's a good finish from Masaki Vothi. I think they may just check in that breakdown to see whether or not there is the potential drop ball. But great run from Atonia Wangi. Thought about stretching out and trying to grab that ball. It came out the back for Lamani. And then a great finish from Masaki Vothi to go over the try line and bring the score back to 14 points to 12. And I've said they have had times where they haven't been able to put too many phases together, but this has been some very nice phase play from the Drua at times. And up the Drua. Now Kimmo Valetiti lining this one up. And misses away to the left-hand side. So 14 points to 12. The way that the scoreline sits. What's your favourite US state? By the way, I'm most likely going to disagree. I think you'd disagree with anything, Jordan, at this point. But yeah, good finish from Vothi to get it over. And 14-12, close scoreline at half-time. I think Tuna now, how's Caleb Clark playing so far? He's done well under the high ball. Had a couple decent runs too, but they haven't really gone to him a massive amount. No, I don't, bro. So you just disagreed with that. You literally fell for it, Jordan. Because I knew that you would put that. It's Pepsi's second account is entered the chat. Says the Sporting Kiwi. I agree with stuff like Signa over Karefi, says Jordan. That one's going to be put into touch. Blues now. To get an attack going here. 40 metres out from the line. Fijian Drua, they have never beaten this Blues side before. Currently very close on the scoreboard. Bradley Slater. Line out throw here for him. Goes in. Nicely taken by Signa at the front of the line out. It's a close game so far, says Colin. Yeah, at the moment it seems like it could go either way between these two sides. Now, Whether or not that's the same at full time could be a different story, as this Blues side you would think would start to find a bit more momentum. And then never will, says Henry there. Off to AJ Lamb. Back to the right-hand side. Tofa Funaki goes to Berry. All balls loose, picked up by the Drua, and now it's a knock-on advantage in favour of this Drua side. First one by the Blues, second by the Drua. And it's now going to be the scrum feed for the away team. Like I said, there'll be a bit of frustration there for this Blues side. I'm just looking through the last time that they played each other. The Blues were able to win in Fiji, 34 points to 5. The two sides met in the quarterfinals. It was 36-5 in 2024. Right, Josh Berry's actually going off for an HIA here, which is a bit of a hit to the team. I'm looking for that last game that they played in 2024 between the two sides. I think it was at Eden Park, wasn't it? Second, still going across. Must have been in the very early stages of the comp, because I haven't actually found it. Oh, first round, 34-10. Got the donation there from Mojan there as well. A very entertaining game. I'm glad I stayed up for it. Greetings from Los Angeles. Welcome in. Hope you are doing extremely well. What is your watching option in the US? Is it Paramount? I know that had some of the rugby not too recently, or maybe it's Peacock, maybe? Now this one's going to be kicked in behind. We have there, technically you're right, Sporting Kiwi. My main account got suspended, so I made a new one. But not like Hamish says, I have 4 other accounts. Maybe it's just the amount of times that you comment makes it seem like 4 accounts. But what's your second one or your other one get suspended for, Pep Swats? Out of curiosity. If you are a supporter, it would be, says Jason, Rugby Pass TV. Oh, okay. So that's actually free to air, right? In the US, that's actually quite handy. And who is that, Jordan, says the Sporting Kiwi. Right, taking the quick tap here for the Fijian Drua by the looks of it. And they will boot this one into touch. They'll be happy enough with the halftime scoreline the way that it is, 14 points to 12. But it wasn't offside, says Kiwi Rob. And also Amazon has live broadcast, says Moja. And probably Super Rugby on YouTube. Heard it's free to anyone outside of New Zealand and Australia. And also South Africa, sadly, do fall into that category of not being able to watch it free to air, seeing as it's on Super Sport. One more score for the Drua, says Siriana. But yeah, halftime in this matchup, 14-12. Just the one miss kick from Kemu Valetini. Halftime Vern Cotter spray incoming, says Vic Mars. Yeah, I think they'll be a bit disappointed with how that first half went for the Blues. Just a few mistakes made at the wrong times. Gary Barrett and Clark in my fantasy league team for today. Come on, guys, says Colin. Hi, everybody, says Bruce. Welcome in. And Kiwi Rob, do you like how close the score is? Says Matthew. Yeah, second half. I think we're going to see more of the same. Fijian Drua, the one thing that's been hurting them is their handling throughout their last few matches. I'm glad Kiwi Rob isn't the bias type. And Drua did beat the Hurricanes this year. That is true. But the Fijian Drua have not won an away game in over 3 years. So, you know, to be able to do it at Eden Park up against one of the real contenders of this competition would be quite the statement made. But there's still 40 minutes. Shut up, Hamish. You are anti-Blues. What did I say that made you think I was anti-Blues, Kiwi Rob, other than literally saying what they did wrong? And I also, if you were listening, which I don't think you were, straight away after, see what the Fijian Drua were doing wrong. How the hell is Clark in your fantasy team? When he's not even on fantasy, says Jordan. And thanks, Hamish. You are brilliant. As always, mate, says Colin. And go the Drua go, says Ishleen. And just got about full house this weekend. Lots of guests until Tuesday morning, says Bruce. And up the Blues, if the Drua. And also, Abdullah, my friend, says Asala, welcome in. Hope you are doing very well. Currently close between these two sides. Still another Super Rugby game just around the corner that we will be covering on the channel too. That is Western Force taking on the Chiefs. That is the late night game of Super Rugby. And then from there, next round, there are only 3 matches that will be taking place. The Crusaders going head-to-head up against the Fijian Drua. The Chiefs, they will be playing the Waratahs. And then the Reds will be taking on the Western Force. That is the last game of the Easter weekend. Then from there, we're back into the normal rounds of 5 matches, including, I believe it was round 9, actually has 4 games back to back to back to back, taking place on Saturday, the 11th of April. And just that one game on the Friday night between the Highlanders and the Brumbies. But yeah, that's going to be a bit of a hectic time, because I have no idea whether or not we're doing all 4 or whether we're mixing and matching a little bit. There will also be quarterfinals of the Champions Cup taking place in that round 2. We have got there, Buller says, Josefa, welcome in. And Close says, bad to the bone. And appreciate it, Jordan. And also, bro, show the game. Says Michael, sadly, due to licensing, it would be illegal to show any match footage or audio, but you can catch it on Sky Sport, on Stan Sport, on Super Sport, Rugby Pass TV, depending on where you are in the world, as well as YouTube. Do also have the free options. We have got there, because I did hate speech plenty of times while commentating, I had an obsession with using bad words back then. Well, it's probably a fair enough ban then. And a man with authority walks into a bar. He orders everyone around. Says Bruce, it seems like some of the commentaries on your posts are a bit slow, Hamish. Nothing better to do than try and trip you up. Laughable at best, up the Blues. Says Andy there. And also we have got there, what did you think of Glasgow and Leinster's performance? Says Kahu. They both won comfortably, didn't they, in the end? So both getting the bonus point victories. Glasgow extending that lead at the top of the bunch by just that little bit. Thank you for covering the South African team games, Hamish. Appreciate it. And yeah, the next one that we are going to be covering for South African teams is actually Bulls versus Munster. That is kicking off in around 5 hours' time. Should be, hopefully, a great game there. While the Fijians are going pretty good so far, says NZ Bryant. And also the NRL. They are all boneheads, says Jordan. I do quite enjoy a bit of the NRL, to be fair. So I'll keep you right at the Mardi Gras, says Jason. When will you post on the entertainment channel? Waiting for the reaction video? No idea. That's George's department. Not mine. We have got there, go the Bulls, says Colin. Possession at the moment, 57% in favour of the Fijian Drua. So the away team actually getting more of the ball, but more territory for the Blues. Defenders beaten 17 by the Drua, 12 by the Blues. Got it there. The poll that they are doing is whether or not they can break their losing streak up against the Blues. Currently, more are saying nah than yes. I'm not surprised Jason says the Sporting Kiwi. Are there some toxic Kiwis in your neighbourhood? Not that I know of. Malachi Rappling scoring the first try of this contest for the Blues. Looking forward to the IPL cricket also starting today, says Colin. That'll be is it a 3 a.m. kickoff or 11 p.m.? PSL also is coming in for week 1, although they've already had 1 game, or in fact 2 games, sorry. But IPL, yeah, 7 hours, 6 minutes, so 3 a.m. start time. We have they're looking forward to IPL cricket also starting today, says Colin. Because when the 100's a wee way away, isn't it? Unfortunately. But that might be one that we consider slightly covering. And the IPL with the dollars there from Jordan. Currently 59% are saying that the Blues will win. In fact, 56%. It's got a little bit closer. What's your prediction for this game, lad? My original prediction was 25 in favour of the Blues, just based off the previous encounters for these two sides. But honestly, the way that it sits currently, if the Fijian Drua can just hang in there, it might be a lot closer. Prediction for the IPL, who's winning it? I actually have no idea who's in any of the sides. That's how much I've been covering it or following it recently. I don't care for the IPL. If I have no connection to a team, I tend not to watch the competition and not into the IPL. See it bad to the bone. And Better Babe just passing through cold, cold heart, says Shane. The second half of this contest is not going to be a mile away from starting up. Next game that is taking place in Super Rugby Pacific is starting in 1 hour, 40 minutes time. And that'll be the game between the Chiefs and the Western Force. That one taking place at HBF Park in Perth. Can you believe stream the cheese rolling event? No. No, there's probably somewhere you can watch that without me commentating it. Plus, I don't really have a lot of expertise in cheese. The love of my life, and I have lots to do today. I hope to tune in for the Stormers game, says Bruce. Yeah, that'll be the latest game of the day for the rugby union side of things, playing up against Edinburgh. Hamish, how's it to rob bank? How's it to rob bank? Are you asking how to rob a bank? I'd recommend just searching it on YouTube. Or the best way of doing it, I feel, is if you go into your local police station, say, hey, I'm planning on robbing a bank. Do you have any tips about how I can do it? They'll point you in the right direction. Direction being a cell, but that would be the best bet, I would say, if you're gonna rob one. Just ask the local authorities; they'll help you out. I hope the South African teams can do well today. Ball's my team, says Colin. And we have got is that the Denmark flags from Jordan there? And don't be a Brie or Gouda, says Jason. They're just showing some more of the attacking plays that we're seeing from the Fijian Drua. A lot of offloads throughout the first half. It's down here in Perth, mate. Should be a messy game. Is that good or bad? I think that's actually slightly better for the Force, right? That's Germany's flag. Okay, see, for me, it's only got that. So, of course, you would possibly think DE would stand for Denmark rather than Germany. Don't be an American and not know your flags. Fun fact, I can actually name every single country's flag. I just didn't realize that DE stood for Germany. But yeah, it doesn't really give me a lot to work with when it just has 2 letters for it. But yeah, I used to be able to name every single country's flag within 15 minutes. Oh, yeah, I've got there, done by you, says Shane. You're the best, Hamish, proud of you, mate, says Colin. I wonder why Germany have DE as their, shortened term. I wonder. Be some sort of German word. Dutchland? Yeah, I was about to say. The Force should be used to it, to be fair, says Andy. Now, second half of this one getting very close. Blues fan tried to scrap a Drua fan. Says K Slade, and Germany flag are the same colour as Waikato, just in different order. Says the Sporting Kiwi. Hamish, what flag is this? See, it's got AZ, so I'd assume Azerbaijan, but I could be wrong. I'll look at it on the actual stream. Hang on. I've got to wait for it to come through. Yeah, that's Azerbaijan's flag. Azerbaijan, says Jordan. And German flag are the same colours. And Dutchland, says Moa Hunter. Yes, it is, says Pep Swak. And also we've got there Go the Drua Go, says Titalai. And looking forward to the rest of the games today. Lots of rugby good stuff. Yeah, there's plenty of rugby going on this weekend. I think a little bit of cricket. There's the women's game between South Africa and New Zealand. Let's play Guess a Flag. Says Pep Fox. There is also, a game of rugby that is about to take place. We have there a good game so far. Bad mistake from Peyton. Yeah, it did kind of result in that comeback opportunity for the Fijian Drua. And Dosa Drua Tosso, says Letiana there. Second half of this one, I think we're going to see the Blues come out firing, because they'll be a little bit frustrated that they had quite a few opportunities throughout that first half and have only resulted in the 14 points. Okay, I'm going to put a flag up. You are going to be wrong. At this point, with fuel prices, people will be robbing petrol, never mind banks. Says them there. What's it up to? About $3.30 a litre now? Somewhere around there. There are a whole heap of emojis there from Jasmine in there. Can the Fijian Drua beat the Blues for the first time ever? Ladies and gentlemen, let me know, yes or no. Dosa Drua Tosso, says Jason. And I hope you are right about the Blues in the second half. Hamish, says Colin. I wonder if the number 4 is okay for the Blues. So that is Josh Berry. He went off for an HIA. I'm not sure whether or not he will make his way back out there. He didn't seem like he was completely 100% when he went off. Maybe it was just a bit of a nasty knock, though. At this point with fuel prices, people... Oh, no, I read that one, didn't I? Hello, says Sandeep. Welcome in. Now, we have there. Drua going to win. Suck it up, Rob. And 385 in American money here. Yeah, see, that's a lot, isn't it? Because when you consider compared to New Zealand, it's almost double. They'll be expecting that, says Enzo Wright. But now, second half, I would say, is probably only a couple minutes away up the wires. We have got there Georgia, says Jordan. Did you put a... Oh, that one there. The one that says MC, 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 MC. I hadn't even seen that one, to be fair. I assume it's... With MC, it's got to be Monaco. I've just looked back at it with the red and the white. We have got there... Up the wires, says Steady Banging. And also, it should be $1 less, says Robert. And go Drua, do it. To him, they didn't pass to Caleb. If the Drua win, that's impressive. Canes, Blues, and Brumbies, top 3 teams in the comp. And yeah, to be able to do it away from home, with the fact that they have been on such a tough run away for the last 3 years. I guess it could be Monaco or Indonesia. Exactly the same, says Jordan. They're just showing a bit of jib at the moment on the screen. Normally we get like a burger ad right at the end of the first half, and Jordan says Rock Toes. I have to say, out of this Fijian Drua side, the one who's thoroughly impressed me the most here is Osefu Namothi. Throughout that first half, he had multiple line breaks. Probably unlucky not to score a try. Caleb Clark must score in the second half, and I think that Fijian Drua will sniff a win maybe. Start the first half nice and strong too. You know, Jordan, what flag is this? With J.O., I'd assume it would be Jordan, right? But this is where the Blues' first 10 minutes will be very telling throughout the second half, because they'll either come out with an absolute hiss and a roar and get going from the get-go, or Fijian Drua, they'll have that passion and they'll feel like they're just close enough to be able to get something exciting going. We have got there Drua going to win last minute try. Let's go Drua, says Rock Toes. As well, Jordan playing. He's got a bye week this week. I'm a Viking, says Jordan. And they're just saying their 4th straight win for the Blues, if they do get the win here over the Fijian Drua. What's this one? It's got CV as the shortened one. Hang on, we have to look at it on the actual... that's Cape Verde, isn't it? Is that how you say it, Cape Verde? There's one of the UFC fighters with from there a while ago, wasn't he? Can't remember his name, but he had a mohawk. We have good there. Is Kiwi Rob doing okay? Says a sporting Kiwi. I'd assume so. He's probably heavily concentrated on this game. Looking forward to seeing what his side can do in the second half. They've got some great options off the bench in this game for the Fijian Drua. I've got the likes of a Vakatawa. What country is this flag? For me, it's just white in there. The sporting Kiwi. Kicked off now by the Fijian Drua. And taken by Peter Aki just inside of his 22. A little bit of a counter ruck there from the Fijian Drua, but it stays on the side of the home team. What is the time in New Zealand now, Hamish? It is currently 8:03 p.m. At this point in time, may the best team win. Both good, says Moa Hunters. And a knock on there from the Blues again. It's Sam Derry. And it looks like Caleb Clark's got a bit of a sore head. He's been smacked in the back of the skull. Look in the chat, says Steady Banging. Lock in chat. And Drua going to close them out in the second half, says Rock Toes. Well, they've got 39 minutes to try and get themselves the victory here. And your gangster Hamish, what flag is this? It's got 10. It's my little hint that it gives me. But what we are going to be doing rather than flags at this point is we're going to be showing the most recent 3 games for the Blues. They have been on quite the run. They were able to beat the Waratahs last week, 35 points to 20. Then from there, 43 points to 7. And then 29 points to 13. The win over the Crusaders, Frank Lamani. The ball actually kind of rolled forward in the scrum, but has come back out into his hands. Now going left. Big run from the Mothi. Just while we're at it, we might as well look at the most recent 2 games for the Fijian Drua. They had the win up against the Brumbies in Fiji. And then last week, tryless in their game up against the Reds, already scoring twice in this matchup against the Blues at Eden Park. So some big signs of improvement for the Drua at this point in time. Thanks for the info, mate, says Colin. No worries. And how's the weather been at the game? It looks all right. I don't think there's any rain around or anything along those lines. Now Frank Lamani. And off to the left-hand side again, Herete Hitit. And if we had Match, you and George with Oggy, and the Cockroaches, you would be Oggy, and George would be Jack. I have no idea what that reference is. And well done, Drua, says Hobbit. Ball's gone backwards. For the draw once more. Frank Lamani on the halfway line. Eliza Drua. CC plays first receiver advantage now in favour of the Drua due to offside against the Blues. And Tosso Drua. Tosso says Karoi there. Now left-hand side. Oh, that wasn't supposed to happen, but it was a drop ball from Vothi. Vothi that popped straight up into his teammate's hands. Kitioni Salawa on the near side of the field. Peter Aki misses the tackle. Drop ball out wide. They'll go back for the penalty again. You don't know Oggy and the Cockroaches? I do not. Is it half-time? It was, but now we're into the second half. 43 minutes through at this point in time. I feel the nerve of both benches probably increasing. I hope the draw wins. There's some coffee there. And Dario Casey is steady banging. Yeah, he's still out there. Josh Berry, the man who went off for the HIA, forgot the draw, beat the Brumbies. And sitting on the fence with this game, got Farnell playing in both teams, Sam Matinga and Herete Atit. Right, it seems like the Fijian Drua are actually going to line up 3 points here. Do you go to any live music events? Not really, no. In fact, I don't even know if I've been to a concert. Have Blues been poor or Drua have improved? I think it's a bit of both. The Blues have been making a lot of simple errors that they probably shouldn't have been. We have got there Mark from Mexico picked Roygard, Love, Tava Tavanawai, Lester, Jordan, Geordie and Clark for his back line. I think you've changed the order a little bit there, right? I'd assume that he's got Tava Tavanawai in the midfield. That one has gone over, and that's going to make the score now 15 points to 14. Kiwi Rob just put $20 on Drua to win 5 to 10 points. And good morning, says Ruth. Welcome in. Hope you are doing extremely well. This is a Vidiri Memorial Trophy, I should say. And this is the first time that it is going to be contested for between these two sides. And go Drua go. Why are they talking about Vidiri? Because it's a trophy between these two sides in his honour. So it would be a bit weird to not mention him in this scenario if there's a trophy with his name on it that's being played for in this game. Drua will win, says Karoi there. That one's going to be put into touch. I've talked about him before, like previous years. Well, this year is the first time that they've had a trophy for him. Is that a new thing? Yes. So that is why it was talked about. Drua hanging in there, good game. Says Colin, thrown in, nicely taken. Bradley Slater gets it back to Berry, who has made his way back out onto the field after the HIA. We do see also Shay Clark is on for Torian Barnes. Now left-hand side for AJ Lamb. Hasn't had too many chances in open space throughout this contest. Now, ball there for Marcel Renata. Onto the left-hand side to AJ Lamb. Back to the right again. Just phases together here for the Blues, although straight in there for the Fijian Drua. And they win themselves the steal. Belgium says the Sporting Kiwi. I assume someone's still doing the flags, right? To Fiji take the Eden Park record. Drua, more about AB's rugby, says Shane. And Fiji doing great against the Blues. Yeah, currently keeping this one very competitive. Also leading in this game by the 1 point, 15 points to 14. One does go into touch, maybe not quite the distance on the kick that they were after, but good work in the breakdown. Derry wasn't able to get out of breakdown fast enough there. We have the yes, no particular order. Says bad to the bone. Territory 59%. Favour of the Fijian Drua. Going up for the ball. Nice take. Tofa Funaki. Back into the pocket for Bowden Barrett. I love the theme park, says Jordan. Do you want to be friends? I've been your supporter since 2022. What do you mean by, like, friends? Like, as in, like outside of the streams or just literally on the streams? Line out here will be the Blues ball. 45 out from their own try line. Don't know whether or not a bonus point will be on the cards here for this Blues team, unless they really do crank it up throughout the second half, which they are more than capable of. There is a reason they are sitting second in the overall standings. Belgium has Jabba the Hutt looking health minister. Do you think the Drua can win, says Mac? I think at the moment, this first 10 minutes I mentioned was crucial for the Blues. If they don't score throughout this first 10, there is a good chance that the Drua can just hang in there long enough to be able to sneak a victory. But there is also that counter, which is if the Blues find their rhythm, they can score quickly and efficiently. And Drua doing good, keep it up. Now, this one's going high. And drop ball from Caleb Clark, but the penalty is going to be awarded to Caleb Clark, the obstruction there. I remember when I told you to react to Spice ASMR, and you were laughing, and then you said, I will react to it after the stream. Says Pep Swox. And also we have got there, I'm on my third strong coffee. Third strong coffee. It's only 9 a.m. in the morning for yourself, isn't it, Ruth? Yes, talk about the Blues till you lose. Says Robert there. And now chance here for the Blues. Only about 7 metres out after getting that obstruction penalty. It was Frank Lamani who got in the way of Caleb Clark. And Bradley Slater. I've got 1 minute 20 before they reach. Did you react to it though? Probably not. I probably forgot about it straight afterwards. Right, line out throw to Anton Segner. And Bradley Slater, he has scored already in this game. The rolling maul for the Blues, making plenty of metres here. Fijian Drua players have to disband from the maul, and there's the advantage now for side entry. This could be a little bit of trouble here for the Fijian Drua. Tofa Funaki goes through and he drops the ball. They'll go back for the penalty. I've been peeling the coffees back today too for some reason. And I just joining in, says Jab. Welcome in. Now let's go the Drua. Beat the Blues and come on Blues. You can make it, says Danny. Right, so Sam Derry just asking the referee about maybe the potential of a different penalty or a yellow card. Okay, number 7 side entry. That is against Kitioni Salawa. But the Blues still 30 minutes remain here of the second half. Definitely enjoy Yummy, says Ruth. This is the big moment. The Blues score now. Momentum shifts. Has any subs been made? For the Blues, they have made, I believe it is just the one of Shay Clark onto the field. Outside of that, I believe it is still the same starting 15 for the Fijian Drua. I don't think there's been any changes just yet, but they might actually be about to make changes now. Remember 30 para 4, oops, says Naz Williams there. They are just showing Peyton Spencer makes his first start for the Blues 30 years after his dad Carlos, and they are showing Carlos Spencer in the stands. And hard work for the Blues. I'll be impressed if the Drua win. And Lando Norris Monster Energy drink is nice. He's a sporting Kiwi. They're just showing the moments that have happened throughout this game for Peyton Spencer. Couple of his highlights. He's had a couple decent moments under the high ball. They, of course, will not be showing that mistake that he made from inside of his 22 that led to the Fijian Drua try. And Drua, you have a chance to win, says Joseph. I suppose if you were Daz Mitchell in the final, when Ashdeep Singh hits you the ball, would you get mad and tell the umpire? I mean, I'm not an international cricketer. That's easy answer for me. Frank Lamani going to have to make his way off the field. Looks like it is a lower leg injury, so that brings Isaac Finds-Leliawasa out there on the field. I'm born and bred in Auckland, but if Drua win, I'll be happy. And Daryl Mitchell should have hit him back, says Jordan. One's going to be put into touch by Bowden Barrett here. Like I've said, this little play in terms of the last couple of minutes, his leg just gave way underneath from Lamani. He ended up getting kind of stuck in the turf. Now rolling ball. Hands on the ball for Bradley Slater again. They're bringing back the biff in cricket. He's already got himself the 1 try. This could be 2. If he goes over the line now, falls down, scores the try for the Blues. Rolling maul. Very dominant for them at this stage of the match. Am I very happy? Hey man, as a New Zealand fan, and I respect that, says Pep Swox. And I was like, come on Fiji, let's go boys. Although second try of the match for Bradley Slater here. We'll give the Blues the lead back in this contest, the Fijian Drua. They cannot afford to concede again before around 60 minutes. It is right on that 50 mark. But the Blues were able to just use that rolling maul to their advantage. The Fijian flag there from Joseph. I'm having an awesome evening here in Australia. Thank you, Ruth. Hope you enjoy your day. Massive kick to come. Great maul, says Hayno. And fun fact, New Plymouth is a major city with the most blonde hair in New Zealand. Brad the Man Slater. Now Bowden Barrett currently separated by the 4 points between these two sides. Barrett does get it just inside of the right post, making the score now 21-15 in favour of the Blues. Problem is that if Daryl Mitchell tried to punch Ashdeep Singh, he'll get deported, says Pep Swox, and draw a try, says Mac. Okay, Cole Forbes, he is making his way off, and that is going to be for Cody Vai. Defied by the Fijian Drua. Oh, great one-handed take there from Sam Derry. Loose ball picked up by Masaki Donge, and fighting for the extra metres now is Asoa Nasilasila. Bowden finally making his kicks. Now going off to the left-hand side. Ruasisi, inside pass, almost through was Namothi. He's looked destined to score a try throughout this match with how he's been playing. Kemu Valetini, big knock on. He looked straight to the referee. I'm not sure what he was trying to blame that one on. The advantage is now over. Kick downfield, into touch, quick throw taken by the Fijian Drua. Eliza Drua Sisi, directional change, goes off to Iliafana Kaivata. 2 tackles made in a row from Taufa Funaki. Andrew need to score 2 more tries minimum, says Hayno there. Yeah, I don't think 1 try would be enough with this Blues side. Definitely with the fact that the Fijian Drua, they've given away a few penalties throughout this game. Finds Lelia Was, another knock on from the Fijian Drua around the halfway line. I see that Mason Tupai and Sam Martinga are also both on. They're just showing that hype package for the Western Force versus Chiefs game that is coming up just around the corner. That game kicking off at 9:35 p.m. New Zealand time. Kohli should have given Ashdeep Singh a kiss to calm him down, and Kohli wasn't playing in that game. You have 2 types of best friends. One is George, and next is Ruth Carter and YouTube, says Pep Swox. That's hands on the ball, not on the arm, says Aino. Why don't you hire bro as a mod? Why don't you hire bro? Who's bro? And go draw a go, says Mac. And Mason Tupai is good. I rate him, says Jordan. Now ball is going to be fed in here. Now there's going to be the advantage. Little grubber attempt at a mine from Aki. Knock on from Eliza Drua Sisi. Picked up. Stolen by the Drua after the Peyton Spencer loose pass, but they will go back for the penalty again. Rufi may need more coffee, and Drua plays better. Second half apparent, or hopefully, that assumption is true in this game, listening in London, UK. A nice early morning start for yourself in London for this contest. And Drua, they are still within sniff of being able to make their way back into this game. The Blues have an opportunity to add 3, but they are kicking for the corner here. That one's probably about 22 metres out from the line. Probably understandable too, with the fact that their rolling maul has worked nicely. Drua just knocked on the ball so early, says Hayno. And also, is it raining? Not that I know of. It looks like it's a little bit slippery underfoot. Maybe a little bit of drizzle too from the look of the camera. But I don't think it's like bucketing down or anything along those lines. You're always awesome to chat with on stream, says Matthew to Ruth. Bradley Slater, 9 handling errors from the Blues, 7 from the Fijian Drua. Now inside pass to Cody Vai. First touch for him, manages to break through the tackle attempt of Penny Revai. 15 metres out from the line. Looks like a bit of an injury here for one of the Drua players. Offload out the back for the Blues. Now to Peyton Spencer. Goodbye, Pelimomo. Cape Town is hot weather. Oh, that's a high tackle there from the Fijian Drua. It was Penny Revai who dragged him down just short. The referee says that it did slip up, so it will be another penalty for this Blues team. Go the Drua, go, says Mac. And also, maybe a hot chocolate. Right, the Blues, yep, Bowden Barrett points directly to touch and says we'll do that once again. The ball has been put out. Another opportunity, 25 metres out. 25 minutes gone in this game. There is a bit of a stoppage here for Zaril Tungiatama. He looks in a bad way in terms of that leg. Come on, Drua, don't lose this game, says Joseph. Yeah, it's the closest that they have been in a matchup up against the Blues for quite some time. They definitely do not want to let this one slip away. Yes, let's go, Sammy. Says Dam there. Right, Mizulami Dolakoto. He will make his way on. And that is for Zaril Tungiatama. And Henry Pollock is blonde like Percy Montgomery. And also Henry Pollock, fake blonde, says Jordan. I think he is blonde though, isn't he? Or has he just bleached his hair? Yeah, that doesn't look too good for Mizulami Dolakoto. He is in a lot of pain. Looks like a couple of his teammates are going to go over and help him off the field. But this, just from the first initial reaction, I would say looks a bit like more than just a few weeks off. Could be some sort of damage in that left leg. A line out throw for Bradley Slater. Taken by the Fijian Drua, and the line out against the throw. Will the Blues come to regret not taking on the 3 points that would have given them the lead of more than 7? The Drua definitely believe they could win this at halftime, so I guess they will go for it. Now, kicked into touch. Yes, Drua, yes, says Mac. Oh, thought about the long NFL style quick throw there for Caleb Clark. Sides against it in the end. We see it there, though, trying to go to Berry in the line out and stolen by Tonio Wanga, who's had a great game thus far. Now rolling more for the Blues again, starting to move forward. Players will have to leave that rolling maul in the very near future, but the Blues looking to use it time and time again to much effect. 2 score tries, Drua. And I don't mind the Drua. What I said, Aucklander I am, says Nazi Williams. Now right-hand side. Peter Haki to Bowden Barrett. Passes on the outside. Peyton Spencer. Draw and pass. Cody Vai runs it into the corner. And it's another try now for this Blues team. And Matt Henry could work. Sounds like the Blues are going to run away with the game before that line out says skills. Yeah, and now they may still do it. Another try on the board. Cody Vai, his 4th of the season. Just using that rolling maul as their foundation here, the Blues. Gets them on the front foot from the start, and then Peyton Spencer just the draw and pass out to Cody Vai, who runs it untouched to be able to finish it off. Fiji let them slip through. Says Roof there. Yeah, crucial try for the Blues, and it does mean that their attacking mindset of going for the 7 rather than the 3 eventually does pay off in this scenario. Floodgates may open now, says Colin. 22 minutes still left on the clock now. Bowden Barrett here sitting 100% accuracy off the tee. That one's missed away to the side, so that jinxed him. Even a guy who lowers his gaze would still like Willow Rourke, says Peps Walk. And we have got there, Kiwi Rob has just bet a further $100 on the draw to win by 5 to 10 points. Finlay Christie will make his way on. And it's going to be for Talfa Funaki, whose night is theoretically done, unless, of course, there's some sort of injury that he has to make his way back out onto the field for. The Drua now down by 11 points. Need to be the next side to be able to strike here. The Blues starting to find their rhythm. Kicked off into the 22, taken by Peyton Spencer. Oh, he hasn't hit that one how he would have liked, and that ball is actually going to stay in the field of play, coming right off the side of the boot. So does now give the Fijian Drua the counter-attacking chance. Middle of the field. In the hands of Whakatawa. He's on there for Samu Vaudre. Now across to the right. Finally finished my stake, says Hobbit. Now Sila has it. Now finds Liliawasa off to Kimu Valentini, who pumps the north. It's a horrendous city in New Zealand. But it's not that bad. Says Pep Swocks. Told to use it. And box kick is the option that the Drua decide to go with. No one really chasing that one too hard, but Bowden Barrett drops it cold. And it will now be the scrum feed for the Drua. About 32 metres out, come on the Drua. Says Nazi Williams. And I'd say one more try for the Blues. This game is probably done. But one more try for the Drua, and this gets very interesting. In the closing moment, the Blues work hard for that try. Good reward too. It's hard to see the Drua coming back from here, says NZ Riot. Have you been to Palmerston North? I have, quite some time ago. And go the Drua. I didn't realise how many Irish were here until St. Patrick's Day. Blues are playing bad. Here's Jordan. Tropical Storm Fiji to thrive in the chaos. And don't say that, mate, says Nas. Which one? The one about the one more try and it could be over one. 19 minutes remain. Plenty of time left on the clock. Zach finds Liliawasa. It's the ball in yet again. Now off to the left-hand side. Straightening run from Barimi Bakatava. I think that Peter Aki slipped over trying to defend there. And also Drua. And yep, says Nas Williams. Might be a little bit of the commentator's curse, maybe. Reverse psychology. Perhaps as well. Dolakoto, big shot on him. Here's the replacement for Zaril Tungiotama. He actually looked like he was grimacing as he went into that tackle, but luckily, is all right. Now going off to the right. Barimi Bakatawa, another carry. Finds Liliawasa, goes to Pini Revai. Now left-hand side. Misulami Dolakoto. I want to watch live, so it is on Super Rugby, Super Rugby's YouTube channel. It's on Rugby Pass TV. It's on Stan Sports, Sky Sports, Super Sport, all your different options. And Fiji, I think it's Sky Pacific, is the main broadcaster too. Varumi Vakatawa running this one sideways, passes on the outside, close to the sideline for Pele Momo. Tried to keep himself in the field of play, but he ends up making the mistake, giving the ball straight back to the Blues. It's a superstition that in some New Zealand cities, people act aggressive, rude. Some people, cities, people act nice. So you carry yourself, Amish, is it true? Depends on where you go, probably. Like, I've been all right in most places we've gone. It's like a bit of a knee injury here for Pele Momo. It looks like he's dealing with a bit of maybe cramp in that kneecap. The way they were trying to stretch his leg. And Toso Drua Toso says Siriana. And Toso Drua Toso says Gabriel. And there too. Right. Another change here for the Fijian Drua in the front row here. Retiatit makes his way from the field, but the Fijian Drua back in position. Another drop ball from the Blues. Their handling has been letting them down, and it's a great break of the line from the Mothi, dragged down by his collar by Bowden Barrett. Seems to be the only way they're able to drag down Namothi at this point is just grabbing him by his shirt and ripping him to the turf. But now left-hand side, Antonio Wanga, two men with him. Good hands from Ponepati. Loganamasi gets through two tackles. Can't quite link up with his Drua teammates. Finds Leliawasa back across to Iliathana Kaivata. 17 minutes left on the clock. Has anyone been to Stewart Island? I have, believe it or not, way back in the day. Now Pini Ravai. Going to the right. Finds Liliawasa. Goes right again. Now Silla. This is just good phase play, up to 7 in a row. Now another step from Dolakoto. Oh, I think he took a knock to the head there. He looks like he's in a slightly bad way. It seems to be every collision that he's in. It seems to be doing some damage. Did you see any Kiwis there? We saw some birds, but I don't think we saw any Kiwis. I think it was a... What was the bird? There was one that was outside all night just making noise and tapping on the windows. Or at least we think it was a bird. Might have been the neighbours. Finds Liliawasa. Right hand side again. Run from Vothie. He's already scored once in this game. I've been following this bloke from 15 to 20,000 subs. And for anyone done, no, he has Crystal Alcohol Gin. And that water bottle, it's not water, eh, Hamish? Says Nazi Wingers, ball stolen by the Blues. It was not also a change of subject on purpose. But Bowden Barrett now open space. Passes to Finlay Christie. Had the numbers with him. Decides to go for a grubber instead. Peyton Spencer wins the foot race. Oh, and he slams the ball down. That one is brutal, but that's probably the game. Why do you pronounce beard as beard? Or beard as beard? That's why I want to shave my head. I won't stop you. We have got the I just know. But 15 minutes left. The try for Peyton Spencer. They are showing Carlos in the stands. But it's great work from Shea Clark initially, who got in there, ripped the ball away. It went from a draw attack to having to defend. And the full-length field try for the Blues. They're now getting into a position where a bonus point becomes on the cards. Do you think you could beat a llama in a fight? Probably not. I wouldn't want to fight a llama. Which channel to watch the game on? Says Sameli there. So it's just Sky Pacific in Fiji, I believe. Sky Sport 1 here in New Zealand. And Dr. Drua says India there. And up the Blues and well tuned in. She's a close one, Amish says Paul, although now maybe just separating a bit more. That try of the Blues makes it 33-15, so 17 points in their favour. They are showing Carlos Spencer again. I wonder if he gets sick of the fact that they're showing him every 5 seconds on the screen when Peyton Spencer does something. And game set match says Haino. And Kiwi Rob gets back. And also we got there Tosso Drua. Tosso says Samili there. You see how much it meant to someone like a Bowden Barrett. He's absolutely loving that try of Spencer. That ball knocked back for the Blues. Peli Momo, he has made his way from the field, and that is for Armstrong Ravola. There was a put down. Spencer hasn't actually done line breaks, says Jordan. And Fiji one more, says Ruth. Rolling it back. Finlay Christie kicks it high. Drua claim it inside of their half. Big shot on Eliza Drua Sisi by Taeli, who recently made his way on. I don't like any of the Sky Sports commentators apart from Taylor Johnson, says a sporting Kiwi. What bones you putting in your boil up? I didn't realise I was having one. Although that might have been for someone else in the chat, was it? From earlier on. I'm looking through trying to find someone who mentioned bones. And I'm not seeing it as of yet. I may have just missed it though. Ball stolen by the Blues and they will just boot this one downfield and into touch. Looks like AJ Lamb may have a bit of a, how do we say it? A groinal injury per se. You can work out what that was. And Tosso Drua says Fabiano. And the Canes have the bye. And then they play the Blues. I can't wait, says Junior Ryder. Taylor Johnson is knowledgeable, though. She knows her rugby, says the sporting Kiwi. Line out throw for Nolokoto. Stolen at line out time again from the Blues. Now advantage over. Offload there to Rampling, who has knocked it on. Drua take the position back. Okay, can't play there is the call, so they will go back for the knock-on in favour of the Fijian Drua. And sorry, bro, I have to disagree. That's a surprise. Did you ever eat a lamb's pancreas? Not that I know of. But to be fair, you don't know what's in certain foods, do you? So maybe. Pineapple doesn't belong in a boil-up. Please discuss, says Kerry. Looks like another player going off here for the Fijian Drua. It is Ponipati Lokanamasi. He'll make his way off. Are you all right? The one who scores first. Will definitely steal this show, says Karoi. Yeah, for the Fijian Drua, they still have half a chance in this game. It's not unheard of for them to score 3 tries within 10 minutes, but they definitely need to be the next side with that big moment. For your boil up, what you're using, watercress, cabbage. Once again, is this towards me or to someone else in the chat that I missed one earlier on? You're just showing there Bradley Slater. He has been able to score 2 tries for this Blues team. He's picking the right moment to be able to attack. Who puts pineapple in a boil up? Says Matthew. There's going to be a now penalty awarded to the Fijian Drua. A nice there, Ruth. Jordan isn't fussy then. Says Andy. Tight head pulling that one down. Canes has 4 games where they score 50 points, so it's got to be a record. As yet, is a bit too fast for Hamish now, says the end of Riot. I think it's because of the randomness in it as well. Normally, we almost are able to keep up, but struggling today. Lamb chops with minted gravy and fluffy creamy potatoes. A line-out throw for Mizulami Dolokoto again. 10 minutes now remaining on the clock. This is where the Fijian Drua can either really make an impact. Oh, that was an ugly collision, but luckily both players are all right. And Caleb Clark is yelling about something to the Fijian Drua. Caleb Clark still complaining to the referee even after the decision has been made. I think he was trying to say that it was the Fijian Drua who gave away the penalty. Referee was saying that it was actually both sides that did it, so they're going back for the reset. And we have got the watercress all day and a boil up with fatty pork belly and bacon bones. I want to marry you, Ruth, says Nazi. That one's going to be not straight for the Fijian Drua. Joshua said, ask yourself, Jordan. I think all of your chat here are adults. Not necessarily. We've got a few of the younger viewers who do pop in and say hi as well. But Bowden Barrett. And because of this one being a free kick, they will just go with the up and under. Torpedo kick downfield from Barrett. And, it's a great take from Eliza Drua Sisi. But straight away, he is met with some pressure from the Blues. Bangers a mash with peas and onion gravy. See Spencer. Left-hand side, Ilya Thanakai Vata tries to bump off Finlay Christie. Ball comes out for finds Lilia Wasa. Back to Kemu Valetini. Kicks that ball into touch. Malachi Rappling looks decent. Yeah, scored himself the early try in this game, and also overall has just been a decent physical option in that loose forward trio. You know you're doing something right when you're matching physicality with the Fijian Drua. It's something that some sides do struggle to do, but yeah, Rappling, Barnes as well. I reckon you're 28, not quite. How much do you think, or what do you think is the best option for Moana? Do they need to relocate? They need to be privately owned, says Junior Ryder. Well, I think it sucks that they aren't able to play their games in Tonga and in Samoa and whatnot. But I don't know if it's at that stage where they need to start doing anything drastic. Once again, and some people will be getting sick of me saying it, but 15 players they lost last season. It's always going to take a little bit of time to be able to find that rhythm. Okay, timing wrong there. Caleb Clark, the man who was penalised, he is once again frustrated. Did he end up getting fish and chips last night? Just about, yeah. Snuck in there just in time. Oh, Kemu Valetini may have just done his other knee from kicking that one into touch. And Drua can hold their head high, says Nazi Williams. I said it was quite a messy one. And the anything is nice with good old mashed potatoes. Says bad to the bone. Do you want to marry Ruth, or are you marrying her for her cooking skills? Says Rob Viking. Mizulami Dolokoto. Another line out here. Joe Tamani makes his way onto the field. That is for Asoa Nasilasila. Like they've said, they have never beaten the Blues before. One's going to be taken back. Now away to the right-hand side. AJ Lamb off to Peyton Spence. He's hit his head hard on the turf. Guy kind of looks like George Bauer and Buller from Fiji waiting for the Hong Kong Sevens. Yeah, it's getting close. Not a mile away from that one taking place. One second, we'll go like that. And we will go like that as well. Nice take there from Armstrong Ravula. Hamish, how good was the Prince Peyton in your opinion? He's done all right in his first start. He had some good moments. He also had a couple shaky ones, but that's understandable for a guy making a starting debut. But as a whole, he's looked like a decent enough option in their back line. And his dad seemed to be happy enough in the stands when they showed him 27 times. But yeah, I think he's going to be all right. He just needs more time in that Blues kit. It's a question of where they're going to play him, though. Are they going to put him ahead of Sullivan in a starting lineup, or is he going to be more of an impact player off the bench? That is a knockdown from Bowden Barrett. A mistake made there. Eliza Drua Sisi wrestled out. And they'll go back now for the knock-on. Of course, at the end of the Sao Paulo Sevens, we will actually know who's going to be playing the likes of Fiji in those Hong Kong Sevens matches as well. Just asking who would be player of the match in this scenario. They're showing Peyton Spencer at the moment, but man in the match candidates, I feel like that loose forward trio probably could be right up there in terms of what they've been able to do. They are also showing Osifu Namothi. He has been extremely solid in that number 12 jersey for the Fijian Drua. I don't like KFC mashed potato though. Much pepper. Same with the gravy. I want to marry a European someday, says Jordan. Now 5 minutes left on the clock. The Fijian Drua, they are still down by the 18 points. And that's going to be the penalty. I predict your future wife is going to be from a Lebanese woman. I don't think I've met many Lebanese ladies. And Akuma did the Lovo and the Carver. Is ready for our boy, says Eddie. That one's going to be put into touch again by the Blues. 13 handling errors from the Blues in this game. 8 handling errors from the Drua, but 8 penalties conceded by the Drua in this match too. It's actually a relatively low number. Who scores all the tries for both teams? Says them. So far in this game, we saw Malachi Rappling score early on. For the Blues in this game, Bradley Slater has been able to score 2. We saw Peyton Spencer score. And then also Cody Vai has scored as well. And then Tonio Wanga as well as Masaki Vothi for the Fijian Drua. Any more games tonight, brother? We've got plenty more coming up. We've got the Western Force up against the Chiefs. That has taken place in around 45 minutes' time. And it's going to be covered on the channel as well. Do you like to keep short hair, or is it just you didn't genetically have a long hair? I've had long hair before. Didn't really like it. So short's just easier. Wasn't there a second half try for the Drua? Did it get discounted? Says Maya. They took an early 3-pointer in the second half. I can't think of when they had a disallowed try, though. But there may have been, to be fair. Thanks for the call, Hammy. Got to go. Nice too early to go sleep. Says Nazi. So yeah, that one will be starting at 9:30. And then after that, we've got 3 games of the URC still to come on the channel as well. Now throw here for the Blues, taken at the front by Josh Berry. Looking to get another rolling maul going here. Mullen with it at the back. It's going to be knocked on by him, though. The Fijian Drua, they will have the scrum feed. What's your take on the AB's assistants? Do you think they have the right people? I think it's too early to tell. Like, I know that some people are saying they've got it right. Other people are saying that it's the wrong choice, even though they haven't even had a game together as coaches yet. But the way that I always look at it is if that's who Dave Rennie wants as his assistants, like, really it's up to him, isn't it? Like, people will complain no matter what. But I think that until we see them in action, and at the end of the day, if Rennie feels like that is the guy that, or the guys that he wants around him, then, you know, they kind of have to go with it, don't they? Weather is a bit wet here in Perth. I can see the Force getting a good old-fashioned beating. You should invite your cousin for a live stream. I've seen you bringing your family in live stream. Which cousin are you talking, Pet Swok? Trying to think which one you're referring to. And how is there still tickets available for Auckland and Wellington? Christchurch sold out instantly. Says Jordan, but now going off to the left-hand side here. Fijian Drua deep inside of their own half. And nevertheless, did you bring your sister once in live? See, I could be like a bit rough and say yes, but then not tell you which stream it was, so you have to look through every single one of them, but she's never been on a stream that I know of. Maybe in the background you might hear her say one word or something, but never been on an actual stream. Any cousin. Says Peps Fox. And so at 76, now up to 79. So 1 minute remaining in this contest, and again the Blues are awarded the penalty. Oh no, in fact, sorry, they are awarded the scrum. First time ABZ foreigners are part of the coaching group. Be interesting how it goes as attacking coach. And Tosa Drua says Eliza there. What do you think about Force versus Hurricanes? It was relatively close, wasn't it? Only about 8 points separating the two sides. One of the Hurricanes' closer games that they have played. And just showing here for the Fijian Drua, they will be playing next week at Apollo Project Stadium. That is the last ever game at that location, or at least for the Crusaders. My hair is down to my knees. I think it's finally time to cut it. See, here's Matthew there. And Tom Segner into the All Blacks. How far are the Blues from the line? They are currently sitting about 38 metres out from the try line. Cook us some schnitzel, please. Front rows have collapsed. Told to use it again here for the Blues. Finlay Christie. Across to the left-hand side. Now pick and go to Sam Derry. Flick pass out the back to Cody Vai. Missed tackle from Vuthi. Finds Lelia Wassa. Trying to strip him of the ball. 20 seconds left. Losers now 33. They certainly are, yes. So currently 18 points separating these two sides. It was almost a deliberate knockdown. In fact, it has been ruled as such. But now advantage in play. Caleb Clark towards the corner. He will get to run it in for the final try of this game. Are you going to be doing all the games for the Super Round? I believe so. Unless something drastic changes. And Gather with the try says steady. And Cody Vai is a slippery fella, isn't he? Says Jordan. Sorry, I meant Force Chiefs. I think because of the weather, it may actually make that game a little bit closer. This game, anyone who remembers my prediction at the start of this game will know that if we see a conversion here for Beauden Barrett, I would have been bang on the money with the 25 points in favour of the Blues. I was hoping it would be closer though, but unfortunately the Drua in the second half just haven't been able to get too much going. They scored the early 3, and that is all. Caleb Clark getting a try right at the end. And Geez will choke again. Says Junior Ryder. And it's never easy to win in Perth regardless of the weather, says the Sporting Kiwi. And just had fish and chips, bloody good. And here's Caleb Clark scored his try. Hamish got on him, and Beauden Barrett does get it over. So the separation between these two sides, 25 points, 40 points to 15. Hamish, you mentioned 4 friends in your channel bio. I know you're first and George is second. Who are the other two? Says Petswalk. That is Daniel and Isaac. And called it says BTW Padza. And also, I've been to Austria and had Schnitzel there. Says Jordan, is the game over? It now is 40 points to 15. The end score in this game, and the Blues win the inaugural match for the Federa Memorial Trophy. Is that a bonus point for the Blues? It certainly is. So they will receive the 5 points. Jordan's well travelled. I've only been to the South Island. And thanks for the commentary, Kiwi Lad. Good game, though, for the Drua. Hope for an exciting live commentary soon. Says Dex, and yeah, hopefully going to be doing that game. The Fijian Drua going head-to-head with the Crusaders next week. And the South Islanders go to bro. Says Jordan there too. But nonetheless, thank you all very much for watching. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. It is 40 to 15 rather than 41. But thank you all for tuning in. 45 minutes away, and then we're into the next match. Western Force taking on the Chiefs.